I've seen that before. Hello, loves. Privyet, comrades. Oh, my video cut off again, so up to the part 3. I did my old intro there. Hello, love. No. Privyet, comrade. Yeah. So if you guys are just watching this one and not my others, please watch them. I've been doing weird, stupid shit for the past hour and 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Yeah. I always do weird stuff, but right now I'm fucking lost in the middle of nowhere, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, so Green Acres. I met Jason there, and they called him Leprechaun. They would not call him Jason ever. They would not tell me his real name. His name was Leprechaun to them. And it seemed like they were mocking him a lot. Like, it seemed really rude and hateful to him. But I don't know if it was or not, because, again, I'm really bad at detecting sarcasm and tone of voice. I can't tell tone of voice, like, at all. It's really difficult for me. Or sometimes I think I hear an angry tone, and people are like, I was giggling. Like, that's not an angry tone. I'm like, oh, I thought you were maniacally laughing. I just don't catch those things. I'm not sure if it's because, I have so many accents and languages that I know that I'm not really an expert in one and telling the tone in that one. Or if it's something, because each accent has a different tone to it. Or if it's because of my autism, which, has issues. I mean, autism, one of the main rules in this type of autism is that you have issues understanding sarcasm and tone of voice. So that would be a pretty good indicator there as well. But I don't know, it seemed pretty mean to me. But he introduced himself as Leprechaun. So I guess he was okay with it. I don't know. Maybe he just maybe he didn't like it originally, but he just whatever, I'll take it. I'll accept it, I'll make it my own or whatever. But he had a name tag, and I mentioned, because I saw it said Jason. And I, asked, how do I go about getting a name tag? He's like, well, after you've been here probably about a week, they'll give you one. I was like, I've been here months. And he's like, oh, well, shite, we'll try to give you a name tag. We'll get you one, as soon as we can. And I think he was just a key holder. I don't think he was a manager anyway. I think he was just a key holder. Because there was assistant manager and the regular manager. So yeah, he was just a key holder. But, he was kind and stuff. He taught me how to do a lot of things. And I admit I wasn't amazing at my job because it was very, very hard. As you know, now the job is still immensely hard, but I've started to learn how to do what I do, and I'm still messing up a lot, but it's, as I told you, insanely difficult. I mean, they expect you to do the work of 12 people, and then I hadn't worked in a while because I was searching for a job for almost a year at that point, before I got Gentry, and I just wasn't. The store was 4 times bigger than Gentry, and it was just, it was difficult because I was still learning the ropes more or less from Gentry. And then the fact that no one really was teaching me anything here just kind of threw me in. And I was like, I've only been with Gentry for a few weeks at this point. I have no idea what I'm doing, And at that point, I think I had never worked cashier. I think I might have once, but I didn't know how to start up my starting bank or anything like that. They never taught me that, There's a sign, Troop that way. Well, I came from Troop, so I'm gonna go that way. Well, not originally, but that's where I was earlier. On the road again. I kind of want to put on my high beams. I'm sure people are trying to slate. We're trying to slate, motherfucker. Well, fuck you, bitch. I have a lot of cussing, and it's excitement. I swear I'm really excited. I absolutely love doing this, getting lost and finding my way back. One of my favorite things ever. I guess it's kind of like I get to travel around, I always want to travel around the world. Well, I always was kind of weird about that, because I was like, I want to travel to other countries, but here I am, I haven't even seen all of my own country. I haven't even seen all of my own town, I want to, how can I travel somewhere else if I don't even know my own area? And so I try to randomly go around and stuff and find new places and things, and GPS has really helped me to be able to do that, But yeah, so I'm just really excited, so I'm cussing because I'm happy, I'm not angry or anything, I'm just like, this is the best fucking thing ever. Yeah, so, he said we're going to get a name tag and stuff, and he went to talk to the he went to go get one or ask where they were or something like that. And the manager was in the office, and he said that he pulled me in. He told Jason, you can't make a name tag right now, and that's all they really told him about it. So he was kind of like confused, but he said, I don't know what's going on. Well, it was time for me to go home. We were supposed to clock out in the main office. We weren't supposed to clock out at the register like every other one I've done is at the register, but this one we had to do main office. Or we had to bring our till into the office and someone else would count it down because we weren't allowed to count till. It was really weird. Well, for whatever reason, we had to go to the office, and he was still in there. And we had to tell him when I left or something like that. And he's like, sit down, I want to talk to you. And I was like, oh, okay. And so he basically said, I heard you want to make a name tag. And I was like, yeah, I've been here a few months now and I still don't have one. It just seems kind of weird. And he was just like, well, here's your options. Don't wear a name tag, or make it say Rebecca. He says, I cannot have a name tag that says Eli. And I'm like, why? Is it because it's a nickname? I can put Elijah there. And he's like, no. Legally, you are Rebecca. So if there's any complaint going on about something you do, and they need to call in and talk about the complaint, either to us or to corporate, we need to know who they're talking about. And Eli is not an employee here. And it's like, okay, but you know who Eli is. So if they're calling about you know who I am. If they're calling corporate, Gentry called me Eli. So they knew who I was, and I'd met with corporate a few times, here and there as I came in. They knew who I was. They knew me by name as Eli. And so I actually had people talk to them personally about me, saying the situation. They was like, yeah, that's okay. Because I don't remember what it was about. I think it was about. I think they were asked something like, I see Rebecca's scheduled, but I haven't met her yet. Who is she? And then I think my boss told them that I am that person, and they were fine with it. But whatever it was, the corporate knew, and he still wouldn't let me have a name tag like that. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm not wearing a name tag. That's horrible, but I'm not going to wear a female name tag. I already get mistaken for a girl enough times. I didn't want even more on top of that. So I just didn't wear a name tag, and Jason asked about it, and I think I fully told him I was trans. I don't know if I did or if I kind of hinted at it, but I basically said, they want me to put my legal name, and I don't go by that. I don't want to go by that. It's personal reasons, but I do not go by that name. See, I think I just said personal reasons. I didn't think I said trans things. And he was just like, well, that's stupid. They can't trigger you or something like that. That's horrible. And so I was like, well, I'm just not going to wear a name tag then, I guess. He's like, I guess so. So then we had, later on, I had the assistant manager ask why I didn't have a name tag. It was like a week later. He's like, oh, why aren't you wearing your name tag? Corporate's going to be in today. And I was like, I can't wear one. I talked to the boss. I forget what his name was at the time, but I knew the name at the time, And I said, I talked to him. We were in Smith County. We're officially getting closer to Tyler. We're now in True. Okay. But I was like, I talked to him, and he said my options were putting a name I don't want to go by or not wearing one. And he was like, no, that's not an option. You have to wear a name tag. Corporate says you have to, and they will be here. And I was like, well, can I make it myself then? Because I do not want to have that name on my name tag. And he's like, there's someone at your register. So I went over there, and because that's priority. You have to go with wherever customers need things. They're always priority. You continue a conversation later. Well, he never continued it, so I was like, it's just, I don't know. And he didn't let me make a name tag either, and he didn't bring me a name tag, so I don't know if I was like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? We used a lot of gas today. But I've used about as much as I take to get to Dallas, I think. No, a little less, I'm sure, but it just seems more. I was probably on the lower end of that one bar, so the bar disappeared fairly whatever. I just filled this up on Saturday, guys, and it's already pretty low. I guess because I just keep going Adventure Time, and well, usually it's just from work to school, to work to school, to work to school, and I don't do much else. Well, to be fair, I did go all the way to outskirts of Tyler and do a lot of driving around and stuff with my friends on Sunday night, I believe. I believe it was Sunday night. I don't really know. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Whatever. Because it wasn't last night. It would be Sunday night. Yeah. I say last night. That'd technically be 2 nights ago, and I don't know, because technically it's Wednesday right now. But I'm still talking, so yeah. But yeah, so you never said anything about it to me or anything like that. I didn't really like Green Acres, whatever, but I forget why I transferred. Oh yeah, when I mentioned that I lived really close to Gentry, so I kind of didn't want to leave it. Green Acres was a 30-minute drive to work every day, and it was kind of nothing there, and then kind of, I don't know, like for lunch breaks and stuff, it just got really quiet. Hello? Yeah. For lunch breaks and stuff, there was Little Caesars, and the next closest thing was like 10 minutes away. Because there was a lot of hospitals and churches and stuff. Like, that's what that Green Acres area is, and they're just randomly, like, well, there's a Sprint store too, but, you know, just randomly other stores. But not really food places. Dollar General! Hi! Where are you at? I see your sign, but I don't see your store. That is Brookshire's. That is not a Dollar General. Fuck you. Oh, it's behind the Brookshire's. Bye-bye! Love you! Mwah, mwah. I didn't work at this one yet. No. That'd be a long drive to work. But, so it was a pretty long drive to work, though, as it was. And, it wasn't a very good environment. So, you know, I was looking into stuff, and I forget who mentioned it or something like that, but I think it was the assistant manager said something like, or no, corporate said, kind of came over and was talking to me, you know, how is your boss? You know, the basic questions. They want to make sure, how's the store going? They want to ask each employee, and of course I say amazing things about everyone because I'm a kiss ass and I'm too afraid of conflict. So I'm just like, oh yeah, they're great, you know, and I think I did even say, they're like, how do you get along with your boss? I'm like, oh yeah, we're good, but you know, like, they caught that, and he was like, you know, you don't have to lie here, we're probably going to fire him, he's doing pretty badly, and we've heard he's been doing some discriminatory stuff, and I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I didn't get into what he did, but you know what I mean. I think he still worked there for a while after that, but maybe they waited until they could find someone else, but, you know, or until they could find proof of it, but he said, you know, we have a store over on Broadway, and he's like, and it's kind of far from here, but I know you transfer from Gentry to Green Acres, and it's only about 5 or so minutes, for like only about 10 minutes or 5-10 minutes from Gentry. And remember, Gentry was only about 10 minutes from my house, and this was a halfway point basically, so it was even better than that. And he was like, you know, you don't have to go. They just are in a pretty bad state right now. Ooh, first sign for Tyler. Sorry. They're in a pretty bad state right now. They have a whole new store manager. The last one got busted for doing drugs. Most of the crew is gone. So they either left almost right away in protest, or because they were doing drugs as well, or they stayed, and then, you know, they were such bad employees that the new store manager fired them. And the new store manager didn't last very long, honestly, but we found out she was stealing, which is great. But at the time, you know, there was this one new store manager. I think she lasted like 2 months. And she had like a mental breakdown, like screaming, running out of the store. It was crazy. But yeah. And so he was like, you know, there's this new manager, and we're trying to restart the group. And right now, there's no one there, really. He's like, you will be getting a pay raise and a position raise. We will have you as a key holder instead of just instead of just a sales associate, which was cashier or whatever, you know. And I was like, yeah, you know, that sounds great. You know, I would love to do it. So I get transferred there, and I'm kind of glad to be back in that area. It's still a bad-ish area, but it's way better than Gentry, and it's a huge store. Like, I've never seen something so big, and it's a lot closer to home. So I was like, that's awesome, you know. And so I started at Broadway, and then Broadway, I told you that manager was crazy, but I came in, and when I came in, the district manager had gone on vacation. I think he got a few weeks off or a month off or something like that. And there was, you know, the VP, district manager, whatever, there. And, you know, I told her that I was, you know, going to be a key holder. When I came in, and she's like, you know, he would have left a note about something like that if you're not a key holder, then if you can wait till he comes back, you know, he might do it then. But, you know, she's like, without a note or something, there's no proof I can upgrade you. And I was like, oh, that's... So I was kind of upset about that, but I was like, oh, okay, you know, nothing I can do, unfortunately. And he came back, and, you know, I didn't know if I saw him again until like months later, I think, but I knew he was back. And I had mentioned to the manager that, you know, I was supposed to be a key holder, and she's like, well, have you had the key holder training yet? Have you done all the lessons? Have you done, have they made you your set of keys, everything else? You know, she was happy to have a new key holder, and I was like, no, they haven't done anything like that. I was just told when I transferred here, I'd be moved up to a key holder. And I've been here for a month or so, and I still haven't been transferred up to a key holder. And she's just like, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you then. There's nothing I can do about it. I guess I'll look into it. And, of course, I don't know if she ever did. Or if she did, she didn't do anything. So, I don't know. But I was never upgraded to a key holder. And it wasn't until I was there for a long time. Well, she had a freak out, and she left. Like, she literally started screaming and just pulling out her own hair. Like, it was bad. She just ran out the door and never came back. It was a very scary situation. But when I came, Carlton, which I told you how many issues I have with him now, he was there as a key holder. He had been transferred. Well, he had already been there, but when everyone started leaving, he was bumped up to a key holder. He said, "I'm going to leave unless I get bumped up." And apparently, he was doing a lot of the drugs and stuff. And I can tell because he keeps selling pot on our work campus, at work, and teaching me how to roll blunts and stuff. And I'm like, okay, first of all, it's still illegal in this state, no matter what your opinions are on it. Second of all, you're taking away from company time. Third of all, you're teaching a customer how to destroy product. It's like you teach you how to unroll a cigar after you bought it, and then dump everything out, and then pour the weed in it. And I'm sure you're having illegal drugs and everything else, and he still does it, but whatever. I guess whatever. But yeah, so and then we had Jacob finally come in because we had someone else fill in after she left, and it was just a temporary thing. And then Jacob, my current manager, came in, and my old manager, was getting at her point there. She let me wear my piercings. I always had like green mohawks and pinks and blues and all my pretty hair colors you've seen in my videos. I ended up moving onto my own later on, which was a lot further away from work. It was like 30 minutes from work, 45 minutes away from work, which is about where I'm at now. I'm actually a little further now, but I ended up moving far away and everything else. But I still worked there and everything else, and I loved that I could wear whatever I wanted. Well, wear whatever I wanted. We had our uniform, but from what she had told me, and of course I didn't have the uniform book. We don't get to see that unless we ask for it or something. I guess I don't know. Maybe we should have, and that's why I've never seen it because we were supposed to when we first started. I don't know. But she told me the only rule was you just wear a black shirt, plain black shirt, and black jeans. And she, that was the only dress code or whatever that we had to follow. And I did that, and I was having my piercings in and everything else, and then Jacob came in, and, you know, he was with it for a week or so, and I guess while he was settling in, and then he told me, he's like, you know, you're gonna have to dye your hair, you gotta take those piercings out, you know, everything else needs to come out. And I'm confused, of course, because what? You know, I don't know what you're talking about. Then I was like, you know, okay, so I get my clear retainers for my lips, and I put a nose stud in because I can't. It was still fairly new at that point, and there's nothing you can do about that. It doesn't. It takes a long time to heal. Even now, if I leave it out for more than like an hour or so, it's getting really good. An hour is really good, but even if I leave it out for more than an hour or so, it starts getting. It gets. You don't really feel it, but it's hard to put it back in. Lake Tyler that way, Flint that way. Okay, I remember Lake Tyler being on the left, so I'm going the right way still. Cool. Actually, I'd never turned yet, and I remember not turning, so that works. Yeah. Back to his actual neighborhood thingy, but, yeah. So he told me I had to do everything. I'm in White House now, cool. Told me I had to take that out and everything else. And so I wore my little clear retainers and the nose stud. And he said, you know, you can't do that. And I was like, well, if I don't wear these, they will close up. And I paid a lot of money for these piercings, you know. I'm not going to just let them close up. And also, you know, I was like, they do make some clear nose ones. I could probably try to find something like that. They're just pretty difficult to find. And he was like, okay, I'll talk to corporate about it. And they ended up saying it was okay, but I did have to dye my hair. And then I had white hair for a while, like blonde. And he said that didn't work either. You know, it was just, as you notice, I've gone through a lot of transitions in my hair, and then it ends up always being a pretty natural color. One time I had it reddish, ended up looking slightly purple under a light, and he made me dye that too. Like, he's very picky, and he also made me wear collared shirts, and I made my own name tag at that point. Again, he never offered anything, but I saw it sitting around on the counter, the name tag stuff, so I was like, I'm gonna make my own. So I made a little name tag, and I loved it. And I wore my little Eli tag, and then fairly recently he got this little label maker, so he made me a new thing for my tag. It was kind of cool. I think it's like a little spaceship or something. I don't remember what's on my tag. Or he was looking at stuff. He may have decided that they weren't very good. I don't know. But yeah. So stuff. So yeah, that's basically how I ended up in my current position. When I wasn't in my position, Carlton threatened to leave again when Jacob was still in there for like a few weeks or so. And Jacob doesn't know what's going on, of course. You know, he's still trying to learn the people and everything else. And he's like, well, I do need an assistant manager. You know, because Carlton threatened to leave unless he got a raise. He's like, well, if you're willing to step into assistant manager, then, you know, you'd get a raise for that. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. So we got our assistant manager there. And he's really, really bad at his job. I told you that. He seems to try really well and be really good when he first gets the promotion, and then after that he doesn't care. And I guess now he realized there's really nowhere else to go up other than store manager. And for that, Jacob would have to leave, or you'd have to go to a different store, because he had a job interview today with a different company. I don't know what company it was, but he was really excited about it and saying he was going to leave if he got the job, and he's definitely going to leave here. Maybe they pay more, maybe they don't, maybe he just hates this place. He did seem to hate this place. I don't know. We'll see. If that's the case, then Trixie is the next in command, so she'll probably be bumped up to assistant manager, and then I'd probably get Trixie's position. I guess. I don't even know. Then we'd need more people because we wouldn't have a key holder. Maybe without one key holder, and it'd just be a mess. But, you know. Yawn. Okay, there's this toll road thing, so I'm getting there. Okay. Oh man, my gas is low. But again, I'm gonna see when I change roads. That was weird. What the fuck? Sorry. Jesus. The streetlights turned off. Not the streetlights, the actual, like, green light, you know, turned off. And it wasn't like it turned red or anything else. It literally just went boom. they all died at once. And I was like, right as I crossed them. And I was like, what the, like, did I do something? Did I run over a cord? I didn't see a cord. No. That was really scary. My video's probably gonna cut off again. Again, you're part 4 or 5. I don't even know what part I'm on anymore. But, you know, so then, he ended up bumping me in the key holder. He pulled me aside and said I was doing an amazing job, more responsibility, So he bumped me in the key holder, and then you all know the story about how, Trixie came in later, was only there for a few weeks, got me demoted, saying I was racist and horrible and didn't do my job, and And then the person they hired to replace me, that I trained, before realizing, of course, she was my replacement, then she was no call, no show for a week. I mean, she's still no call, no show. No one knows what the fuck happened to her. She's not scheduled anymore, so I guess it's not a no show, but, like, Jacob, you know, was friends with her, and Trixie was friends with her, and they both were like, we can't even get a hold of her at all now. It's really creepy. But, so I got my job back, so, you know. God damn. Okay. But, been in the company over a year now. It's crazy. October is about when I hit a year, I think. I need to eat. I think that's why I'm coughing. My body's like, you're starving. Come on, come on. Is that food? Yes, that's food. Okay. I was trying to feel. Aha! I am in Tyler, motherfuckers! I got my way back. I had to figure out where I'm at. It's in Tyler. Okay. But yeah, so... What was I even talking about my Dollar General journey? I don't even remember. I don't know. What was I talking about? Maybe I need to go back and watch my own video. I remember I did mention working in White House. You get into that, I guess. There was something I was talking about that before. What was I talking about? I was talking about something pretty important. At least I thought it was. I mentioned the accent, and there was something that I was hiding at one point. Or that wasn't hiding, but it happened before I started making my videos, and once you guys knew about it, that was the accent. What else was there? Okay, I knew where I'm at now. I could have turned there, but it's too, I can't make the turn. It was too slow. I know where I'm at now. Yeah, that was an echo. I don't know, but yeah. So I've been in the company over a year, and they still haven't. I still get treated like shit now, but I don't know. What was I talking about? My schedule still says Rebecca on it. It doesn't say Eli. But I refuse to change my name in the system, so my name's Eli in the system. Because when I applied, they asked, what is your legal name, and then what do you like to be called? So I put Eli, you know, obviously. And so it says things like, welcome Eli. The schedule says Rebecca, so it's like a thing. I was getting to something. I don't know what I was getting to. Me and Cheez-Its. Talking with my mouthful and everything. I have no idea what I was talking about other than... I mean, I know what I was just finished talking about. I don't know what the point was in that conversation. Maybe I'll figure it out later. See, it's probably about to end. No, I think it has another 3 minutes. So, yeah, random parts of Eli getting lost. Not really lost. I mean, I didn't know what road I was on. Oh, okay, there it is. It says turn right onto 323 up here. Okay. So I did make a wrong turn. Yes. I don't know. Nothing's open right now. Or just kind of stolen, I guess, from the hurricanes and stuff. Hey. Spray. I got new windshield wipers and I love them. I love them, motherfuckers. My friends are probably like, why haven't you responded to me? Did you pass out or something? Is something wrong? Because unless I'm like insanely tired or it's an emergency, I'm always up right now. You know, like they know I'm not sleeping really, so like what's going on? Why aren't you responding? We have 2 Green Acres and it bugs me. There's Green Acres with the shop with the actual church in it, and then there's the Green Acres shopping center that has a bowling alley called Green Acres. I don't know if it's part because the church is so popular that they're, having the thing like that, or if it's completely imagining it and it just happens to have the same name. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out what I was talking about eventually, and then I'm gonna feel really dumb because I'm gonna end the video before I do. I don't know, mate. I don't know. But oh yeah, I mentioned that I was going to talk about White House though, so I guess I'll get into that. That was a very weird job, and I'll say that as seriously as I can. That was very, very weird. I worked for Cutco. We sold Cutco. Was it really called Cutco? The company though, I don't know. I think it was. We sold Cutco knives, which, if any of you have heard the name, which I hadn't at the point, but they're actually apparently very, very famous worldwide. They are the sharpest knives in existence. They, like our little sample things, we got to cut through rope like that, and we got to use our scissors to cut through a penny, or make a little spiral around it. Like we got to do some fun stuff. I could never do it. I guess I'm just weak. I'm sure the knife was strong, or the stuff was strong enough because people would use mine and be able to do it. I just wasn't very good at it, so I'm sure I made the product look bad. He kept saying I was looking bad, but he hired me for this job. I was looking for jobs everywhere, and I got a call. I had never applied there, but my grandma apparently had put my name in at a career fair she went to, which is creepy. My name, my info in there, and they said they were looking for some people to sell Cutco. And I was like, I have no idea what that is, but I'll look into it. So I go to this little office in White House, which I thought was so far away, but it ended up. It's back when I still lived with my grandma, so it was only like 10 minutes away, so it wasn't, well, 10, 15, it was about 15, 30, 15, 20 minutes away. It's not horrible, but it was fairly close for being in another town. It was outskirts White House, I guess, but, yeah, it wasn't too long ago. It was before Ghana. It was a few months before Ghana, so, that seems like so short ago, but it really was a while. But, so, whatever it is, so I go to this thing, and it seems very iffy. There's no sign for them anywhere on the building. I keep passing it, but it keeps saying this is the building, and I was like, okay. And I made sure to be early anyway, so I wasn't, like, lost or anything. But, I decided to go, go in, kind of look at the doors like that, I'm not seeing anything that says Cutco on it, looking around. Vector, that's what it was called. We were the Vector company, and we sold Cutco. And so I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, it looked kind of weird. And I ran into someone else who was also lost as fuck, and, we eventually found it.